You know the ending, but do you understand the stakes? In 1974, the world wasn't just watching a heavyweight title fight, it was watching a global catharsis. This is the story of how an outcast became an icon, how a titan found his humanness, and how a ring in Zaire became the center of the universe. This is the rumble like you've never felt it before. In March 1966, Muhammad Ali refused to be inducted into the U.S. Armed Forces. He famously declared he had no quarrel with them Viet Cong. He was systematically denied a boxing license in every single state and stripped of his title. He lost in an office what no man could take from him in the ring. As a result, he didn't fight from 1967 to 1970, 43 months, the absolute physical peak of a heavyweight's life. When he finally returned in 1970, the greatest was gone. He was slower. His anchor punch had lost its snap. In 1971, Joe Frazier handed him his first professional loss. In 1973, Ken Norton broke his jaw. The consensus was clear. Ali was a beautiful relic of the 60s, but he could no longer survive the brutal landscape of the 70s. While Ali was struggling to stay relevant, a new terror had emerged. George Foreman didn't just beat the men Ali couldn't, he annihilated them. He demolished Joe Frazier in 2 rounds.
I think Joe is hurt. Angie Dundee, Ali's trainer, right next to me is saying it. You may hear him. Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier! Often by Muhammad Ali. Frazier is dazed. You see the countdown for the first round. Foreman has not panicked. Foreman is going about his job. Foreman is all over Joe Frazier. Frazier is down again, and he may be. No, he is rising. He is game.
He did the same to Ken Norton.
Good right hand on the left-hand side of the face of Norton. Norton is a bit stunned as Foreman is teeing off, and it looks like Norton has really been staggered as he went up. He doesn't. His legs are rubbery as the left hand goes to the side of his head. A right uppercut, a left jab, and a vicious left sends Norton crumbling to the canvas for the second time. Right here, it's up to 9, 10, and are they going to continue it, or are they going to stop it? It looks like it may be all over, and it is all over. George Foreman retains.
Foreman was the executioner that Ali's critics said he couldn't possibly escape. And that's exactly when fate, and a hustler named Don King, stepped in. King had a dream bigger than his bank account, a heavyweight title fight that would shake the world. He convinced both Ali and Foreman to sign contracts promising them $5 million each, even though he didn't actually have the money. So King went looking for someone who did. He found him in Zaire. Mobutu Sese Seko, the country's ruler, wanted global attention, a moment that would put Zaire on the world stage. A fight between the undefeated destroyer George Foreman and the fallen icon Muhammad Ali was perfect political theater. Mobutu funded the entire event. King got his historic fight. Foreman got the chance to cement his legacy. And Ali got one last shot at immortality. That's how the most unlikely fight of the century was born. Not in a gym, not in a boardroom, but at the crossroads of politics, money, and a legend refusing to die. The pre-fight scenes only amplified the tension. Foreman looked relaxed, as he should be. Just 25 years old, undefeated, and in his absolute physical prime. Ali was 32, an aging legend everyone said was too slow, too worn, too far removed from the fighter he once was. Ali played his usual role, joking, taunting, all smiles. But to many, that wasn't confidence. It was camouflage.
Hell, I think Ali was scared. I think he was scared even then. And he knew he was going to be very scared as he got closer and closer to the fight.
A gash over Foreman's eye delayed the fight by 5 weeks. Ali used every second. He waged psychological warfare.
I done something new for this fight. I done wrestled with an alligator. That's right. I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. That's bad. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick.
Man, dude.
Man,
He knew that.
fast. George fights. George comes out with, I named him the mummy.
He submerged himself in Zaire's culture, dancing with locals, chanting in Lingala, turning the crowd into his army. To the world, it looked like Ali was buying time before the inevitable.
The time may have come to say goodbye to Muhammad Ali, because very honestly, I don't think he can beat George Foreman. Maybe he can pull off a miracle. But against George Foreman, so young, so strong, so fearless, against George Foreman, who does away with his opponents one after another in less than 3 rounds, it's hard for me to conjure with that.
But behind the scenes, something was brewing, a strategy no one had ever seen, a tactic that defied logic, defied tradition, defied survival. The rope-a-dope was coming. Foreman entered the ring laser-focused. 25 years old, undefeated, a wrecking machine in his prime. Ali walked in surrounded by thousands chanting, "Bomay Ali, Ali, kill him." Early on, Ali was backed into the ropes. Critics nodded this was the end. But Ali had told Angelo Dundee and his fans he had a secret plan. By round 2, that plan revealed itself. Ali leaned on the ropes, covered up, and let Foreman unload arms, body, everything. Punch after punch, Foreman burned himself out while Ali whispered, "Is that all you got, George?" Each taunt drew more fury, more wasted energy. Then with 43 seconds left in the 8th, Ali saw his opening. A lightning-fast combination. Foreman dropped, and the rest is history. It turned out the critics were right. Ali couldn't beat Foreman in a straight fight. He knew that from the start. But Ali's genius was never just in his fists. It was in his mind. He studied opponents the way a surgeon studies anatomy. And he understood Foreman's greatest strength, raw, destructive power, could also be his downfall. When you look at everything that had to align for that night, it feels almost impossible. Ali stripped of his title for refusing to go to war. Foreman bulldozing the heavyweight division with pure force. Don King, a newcomer with no money, somehow orchestrating a global mega fight. Mobutu turning Zaire into the center of the world. The resolution wasn't just a sports victory. It was a global emotional release. For everyone told they were too old. For everyone dismissed, silenced, or underestimated. Ali's victory became their victory. He didn't just win back a belt, he reclaimed his identity. The rumble in the jungle proved that a man's spirit can be greater than any physical force. Foreman would eventually find peace, rebuild himself, and become champion again. But on that night in 1974, Muhammad Ali didn't just shake up the world, he healed it. Some fights fade the moment the bell rings, but others stay with us forever. If this story moved you, taught you something, or made you feel the magic of boxing again, hit that like button and tell us what this fight means to you in the comments. Until the next one, thanks for watching.